The Legislative Branch, written by Lydia Lucides. The Power of Congress. In the summer of 1964, members of the United States Congress were discussing a controversial new law. The Civil Rights Act would effectively end segregation in public places, integration in public places, such as schools, libraries, and swimming pools, as well as in business, including movie theaters and restaurants. The act had already passed the House of Representatives, but it still had to pass the other half of the Congress, the Senate. However, a group of senators were attempting to stop the vote by making long speeches on the Senate floor. This is a filibuster. Some refer to it as talking the bill to death. Senator Robert Byrd from West Virginia spent 14 hours and 13 minutes speaking about why the Senate should not pass the Civil Rights. Soon after Senator Byrd's lengthy speech, the majority of the Senate finally voted to end the filibuster. 9 days later, the Senate passed the Civil Rights Act, which then signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson. Passing this act is one example of how the U.S. Congress operates, made up of members of the Senate and House of Representatives. Congress is the central body of the legislative branch. Senate and Representatives work in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. They are the voice of American people in government, responsible for writing and amending the laws of the country, in addition to other important duties. The Constitution and Legislative Branch. The Constitution, adopted in 1788, served as a blueprint for the U.S. government and divides it into 3 parts, or branches. The executive branch, led by the president, manages most government operations and departments. The legislative branch, consisting of 2 chambers, the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives, represent U.S. citizens in government, also make laws. The judicial branch oversees the court in the U.S. justice system. Depending on circumstances, the different branches may cooperate and compromise. They also oppose each other. Article 1 of the Constitution establishes that the legislative branch is the only part of the government that can create new law or modify existing one. It can also give Congress the right to borrow money from the businesses, state government, or other countries. In addition, Congress controls taxation, and it decides how much money people and businesses have to pay for the government to support public services such as schools and roads. Congress also controls military funding. It's the only branch that can declare war. The structure and responsibility of Congress. The Senate and the House both act for the American people, but 2 bodies have different numbers of members, no matter what state size or population is. 2 Senates represent each state. 100 senators make up Senate. Senators are elected for a term of 6 years, after which they are up in re-election. In addition to its legislative duty, the Senate is responsible for ratifying treaties with other countries. The Senate also must approve of people whom the President appoints to certain positions, such as judges on the Supreme Court. The House of Representatives consists of 435 members, each elected to a 2-year term. Members of the House are divided among the 50 states according to each state's total population. With the largest population in the United States, California has most representatives in the House. On the other end of the spectrum, states with smaller population, such as Minnesota and Delaware, only have one seat. In addition to the 435 voting members, 6 non-voting representatives are elected from U.S. territory: the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The member of the House of Representatives elect the leader, known as the Speaker of the House, if the President or Vice President were unable to perform the duty. The Speaker of the House would assume the presidency, in which makes the Speaker a powerful position in government. Representatives act in government on behalf of their constituents if citizens have problems with how the country is being run. They can access a public database of contact information for elected officials and get in touch with representatives. The public can also attend town hall meetings led by national politicians. At this meeting, people can discuss government matters openly with their representatives. The legislative process, creating a new law, requires many steps. The first step is to write a bill. Anyone can do this, even members of the public, individuals, and even organizations can approach their elected officials if they think an existing law should be amended or they wanted to see a new law created. Next, a member of Congress must officially present the bill as its sponsor before either the Senate or the House. Both chambers of Congress can sponsor or other members of the Congress who support the bill. Then the bill of Congress more committees in either the Senate or House about the proposed bill decide which law should be reviewed and recommended action. Committee hold hearings during which they consult experts about the bill and try to find solutions to potential problems. Then the bill goes to a subcommittee for review. The subcommittee conducts a deeper and more specific investigation, then holding a hearing. If the majority of the subcommittee votes for the recommended bill, it goes back to the full committee for a hearing and vote. At this point, the majority of a full committee does not vote to recommend the bill. All discussion about it stops. Members of Congress can often reintroduce bills multiple times if the majority of the full committee supports the bill. It's replaced on the important bills get decided upon immediately, but others may wait for months. Many never get considered at all. When the date arrives for bill consideration, members of the Senate or the House hold various debates of the bill. They can change the bill during this process. Then the Senate or the House votes on the bill. If a majority approves the bill, it's moved on to the chamber of Congress, where it is once again debated and amended. If the chambers approve two different versions of the bill, conference committee is created, consisting of members from both chambers. This committee works to resolve differences between the two versions of the bill and writes a bill that a compromise. Both the Senate and the House must vote to approve the revised bill. After the majority of both chambers approve the bill, it goes straight to the president's desk. The president has a few options. He or she can sign the bill and make it official law. Another way for the bill to become law is for the president to allow 10 days or to pass. If the president does not sign or veto the bill, it will automatically become law. When the president vetoes the bill, he or she rejects it. The bill then gets sent back to the Congress. Consider the president's reason for vetoing it. A bill can still become law without the president's approval if 2/3 of both Senate and the House votes to override the presidential veto. Congress in action. Members of the Congress typically have very busy schedules. They devote most of their time to legislative work, as well as working for their constituents. Here's a glimpse of some aspects of their work. Committees. Committee work is very important. Both chambers of Congress, Senator and Representative, are assigned to committee and subcommittee. Permanent committees such as those dedicated to education and the workforce, agriculture and the budget, are called the Standing Committee. Although temporary and investigate a specific problem, committee from subcommittees to take care of the certain tasks. In the 2017-2018 Congress, the Senate had a total of 16 standing committees, 68 subcommittees, and 4 select committees. The House of Representatives had 20 standing committees, 97 subcommittees, and 1 select committee. A great responsibility. A statue called Freedom crowned the dome of the Capitol building. The female figure wears a military helmet and holds a short sword in her hand and a laurel wreath in her lap. She wants peace, but she is ready to fight to protect her country's freedom, representing the pillar upon which the country was built. Freedom stands as a reminder to the politicians representing the American people with the power to write and amend the law. The legislative branch is an integral part of the United States government. Senators and representatives are meant to ensure that all citizens have a voice and are fairly represented in the government.